Take a notebook and a pen. Do it now because this is not a movie or entertainment. This is not just motivation. This is real understanding. I have carefully studied how toppers think, how they study, and how they stay consistent when others quit. This is based on real patterns and the real difference between people who stay average and people who become toppers. If you truly listen and apply this, your way of studying will change. Your confidence will change. Your results will change. But only if you stay serious. Most students believe toppers are naturally different. They think toppers are born with more intelligence or a special gift. Because of this belief, they already accept they can never reach that level. But this is where everything goes wrong. Toppers are not born different. They sit in the same classroom. They study the same subjects. They have the same 24 hours. The real difference is not intelligence. The real difference is how they think and what they do every single day. Imagine a student named Sarah. She sits down to study and tells herself she will study a lot today. But that sentence has no direction. Her brain feels immediate pressure and confusion. She doesn't know where to start, so she wastes time thinking. She gets distracted and loses focus fast. This is the first big mistake. A topper never studies like this. A topper always starts with a small, clear target. Instead of saying they will study science, they say they will complete one specific topic and understand it fully. Your brain does not like big tasks. Big tasks feel heavy and create fear. But small tasks feel possible. When you give your brain a small target, you start quickly and focus better. Every time you finish a small goal, you feel a win. That small win gives you energy for the next one. This is how the best students finish a lot of work without stress. Before you open your book, decide exactly what you will finish. Write it down. Make it small and clear. And never leave that target incomplete. Completed work creates confidence, while incomplete work creates confusion. There is another trap that catches many learners. You might think that studying from 5 different books or following 10 different teachers will make you smarter. You feel like you are collecting a lot of information, but the truth is the opposite. More sources do not give more clarity. They create a dangerous mental mess. Every teacher has a different style and every book has a different explanation. When you jump between them, your brain gets mixed up. You stop understanding deeply and start just collecting papers. A topper keeps things simple. One main book. One trusted teacher. That is it. Then they go deep. They read the same topic again and again until they understand every single line. They clear every doubt and revise until the memory is strong. Success does not come from more material. It comes from better understanding of limited material. Choose one main source for each subject and stick to it. If you feel confused, do not change the book immediately. Stay with it. Read slowly. Think deeply. Clarity comes from staying, not from running to a new source. But there is a hidden reason why even hardworking students fail. They study a topic today, understand it, and then move on. They go to the next chapter, and the next. After a few days, they look back at the first topic and it feels weak. The definitions are broken. The ideas feel familiar but not clear. They feel frustrated and think their memory is bad. But the answer is not that you are weak. The answer is that your brain needs a quick return. This is the power of short-term revision. Think of writing on sand. At first, it is clear. But the wind starts to blow it away. If you write over it again and again, the mark becomes deep. This is exactly how your mind works. The first study is just the first mark. Revision makes it permanent. Average students think study is finished when the chapter is done. Toppers think study is finished only when the chapter stays in the mind. Don't just turn pages and call it revision. That is lazy. Strong revision means you actively check what stayed in your head. Ask yourself what the main points are. Try to explain it in simple words without looking. This wakes up the brain and forces the memory to work. When memory works, memory becomes stronger. Toppers forget things too, but they protect their knowledge by revising early. They don't leave their memory to chance. Many people think making notes is just extra work or writing the book a second time. They think reading someone else's notes is enough. This is a massive mistake. Your own notes are not for writing, they are for thinking. What you process with your own mind stays longer than what you only look at. When you read a book, you see the writer's way. When you make your own notes, the topic becomes part of your own thinking. When exam time comes, you don't want to fight through a heavy textbook. You want something short, direct, and clear. Making notes forces you to ask what the main idea is and how to say it simply. This organizes your knowledge. An ordered mind studies better. Reading hides weakness, but writing exposes it. If you can't write it down simply, you haven't understood it yet. Your notes should help your future self. They are your second brain on paper. Now, consider how you use your energy. Weak study gives equal energy to everything. Smart study knows that everything is not equal. Many students waste their best hours on low-value details and then rush through the most important parts. This is why you see poor results even after long hours of work. Toppers study with priority. They identify the high-value areas that carry the most weight or build the foundation for everything else. Ask yourself what matters most before you start. Which topics appear most often? Which concepts unlock the rest of the subject? Your attention is like money. Don't spend it all on small, useless things. Give your best hours to the most important work. When you complete the heavy parts first, your stress goes down and your confidence rises. Real maturity in study means doing what matters, not just what feels nice. There is one more secret technique that separates the fluent from the struggling, something called the teaching shadow. To truly lock in a concept, explain it out loud to an imaginary student. If you stumble, you found a gap in your knowledge. This creates a level of mastery that passive reading can never touch. It forces your brain to synthesize information in real time. The final wall most students hit is the habit of delaying. They wait for the perfect mood or the perfect time. But every time you delay, you train your brain to avoid effort. Your brain wants comfort, and when you skip study, it feels rewarded. Eventually, even opening a book feels like a mountain. A topper understands that starting is harder than studying. They don't wait for motivation. They respect the clock. Once you start, your mind might resist for a few minutes, but then momentum takes over. You do not need to feel ready to start. You need to start to feel ready. Action creates focus. Focus creates results. You don't become a topper in the exam hall. You become a topper in your daily habits. You become a topper by the small decisions you make when no one is watching. You have two choices right now. You can go back to your old ways, or you can take this seriously. You don't need to be perfect. You just need one small target and one honest effort today. Repeat it tomorrow. Success is not a big jump. It is small steps done again and again. One day, you will look back and realize you are no longer average. You stayed consistent when others stopped. To lock this in and show your commitment to this new identity, I want you to do one thing. Type the sentence, "I am the creator of my own results," in the comments. Let this be the moment everything changes. Start now. Stay consistent. Trust the process. I can't wait to see your transformation.